Hi, Taylor.
Hey Ray, how are you?
Great. I hear you had a great holiday.
I did, and I hear you did
Okay.
too.
I know that your husband is a firefighter, and is it true as a present, he saved a family of five with four small children? And that was your holiday present, wasn't it? Because he's like a
Um,
superhero, isn't he?
I mean, that might be the word on the street, but I don't know if I heard that yet.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. That's what I heard, but we'll find out what happens with it. All right. I'm going to hit you with a couple short commentary, and I want to see what your response is. Okay.
Okay,
And I'm going to call it kind of rapid fire, but we'll see. And if you don't have a response, that's okay. All right. All right.
sounds good, Ray.
And I'm going to edit out the ones that you don't have a response. Maybe. It depends how funny they are. So, okay.
Well,
And I'll try not to interrupt you since I've been known to interrupt you during the live
yeah.
streams.
Well, that would be great if you can really try this time.
I'll try. It's hard though. I love interrupting people. I love it. Okay. Here we go. I want to talk about some wellness. How do you feel about manager wellness? I feel very strongly about it.
I do also. I think manager wellness is probably the most important thing we can do in this industry to keep positive managers here.
I don't think we're fair to managers. I think we expect managers to put up with too much. I don't think there's other industries. I mean, a Walmart would not allow their employees to put up with some of the stuff that managers put up with. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know if you agree with it or do not.
I certainly do. I think a lot of times what happens is the manager's to-do list becomes never ending, and it's always just one more thing or one more meeting to attend, or um, this homeowner can't figure this out. Just call her quickly. And, it's not really our responsibility to do those things, and it just evolves into them.
Yeah, I wish it was just being too busy. I just think people are just outright really rude to managers sometimes, and their comments are just completely inappropriate.
Yeah, I mean, we deal with a lot of that too. You know, one of the things I've always heard is we're so kind of just expect these managers to just take it, and it's not really fair. And I don't think people realize that that's really how they're treating us. I mean, even recently I was in a board meeting and had to tell someone their emails probably weren't the most appropriate, and he was almost shocked that I commented.
Yeah, I meant I think the difference is like if I'll use Walmart as an example, right? I guarantee if you go in a Walmart and you're really rude to one of their employees, over the line, like people are sometimes the managers, there's a good chance that you're going to be trespassed from Walmart, and they're going to say, "Look, we don't want you to come back here." And the same thing with restaurants and most other industries. I don't know if we put up with it in our industry with managers because it's people's homes and it's not as easy to trespass them from the association. I feel like sometimes boards should trespass people from common areas or the manager's office or even the meetings if necessary. I don't know. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Yeah, I mean, we've had a few times where we put people on like email only communication, or um, have just said that, the manager's not going to deal with them. I think sometimes it's a little easier for sited offices where you can just not allow them to come to the office. I also think sometimes the homeowners treat the manager and the board members differently. So, sometimes we get a homeowner who's just really erratic to the manager, and then the board is like, well, he's harmless or she's harmless, and it's not a big deal. And they just don't see those sides of the conversation either. So getting the board on board with doing those things can be difficult sometimes. I've also had board members take over conversations with people who have become really unruly, which I felt was a great response from the board, but it still kind of enables the homeowners to do what they want to do.
I don't think it's advantageous for boards to put up with it because they're setting the tone that they're going to be willing to put up with it. And then they're also setting the tone that this is the kind of environment where you can get away with breaking the rules.
I mean, I completely agree. I mean, really what we're looking for is that the board has the manager, the management company's back on that, only because it allows that behavior to continue, even if it's not from that person, but the next person who hears about this. It's just really not a good place to be. And once you open that door, it's very hard to slam it shut.
I think one part that bothers me also a lot, it's definitely like a form of bullying. Like a lot of times these managers are out on their own, right? On site. They don't have the backup if they were in a store or a corporate environment. There's not somebody right there to get their back. And I think it leaves the managers in a bad position. And sometimes it's a lot harder for them, I think, to defend themselves with absolutely no backup. I don't know if you agree with that.
I mean, I do agree with that because the other thing is now you're at a board meeting by yourself and you have these homeowners who are doing who knows what. I mean, my advice typically is to de-escalate the situation and kind of remove yourself from it because unfortunately, kind of defending yourself sometimes really amps the situation up and only makes it worse. So, our kind of thing is to de-escalate it, make kind of your exit plan. And then the other thing is in meetings where we kind of don't really know what's going to happen, like transition meetings, we'll send two people there at least so you have a buddy you can lean on.
I think it's interesting when you said you feel the need to defend yourself, or not you, but managers do. I don't think they should defend themselves. I think if someone is being that rude, I think it's exactly what you just said. You want to de-escalate the situation. You're not obligated to defend yourself. If somebody is extremely rude to you in that manner, and if it was in any other kind of corporate environment, no one would tolerate that. You're not there to have to defend yourself. I don't know how you feel about that commentary.
I mean, I agree. I mean, it's one thing to be upset about the letter you got or the bill you got, but when you get to, taking it to a more personal level, I mean, that's nothing the managers have to answer to or be involved with really, because we can talk about all of these things in a way that isn't rude and disrespectful to one another, really.
And then I guess the last comment I have on it, I wasn't even planning on talking about it with you. I was going to do something else, but I don't think managers should feel bad about the fact if they can't extricate themselves from that situation, right? Not everyone has the skill set to deal with people that are completely out of their mind rude. And if you're not used to that and you've never experienced it, I don't think you should feel bad about that. Maybe you can't handle it on your own, right? I think a lot of managers feel like, oh, I want to de-escalate it on my own. You know what? That's not 100% part of your job description, right? To a certain extent. And that's a learning curve. And if you've been around, like you've been around, you could handle it. But maybe for somebody new, I feel bad for them because I don't think that they should have to.
I mean, I completely agree. No one should feel bad about any of that. I mean, I would say I would want my team to come to me if they have issues like that. Myself and others have handled that. And then the other thing is kind of telling the board too. Sometimes I have managers who just want to deal with it and not tell the board, but I mean, you have to tell the board, you have to get them on your side, or not even on your side, but aware of the situation at hand because a lot of times they just don't know. And, the leadership doesn't know either if you don't tell them. And I'll guarantee that nobody wants the manager to deal with that.
Yeah, I think the other reason I would encourage people to report it, even if they don't feel it's 100% reached that level, is I think you want a written track record because it could turn into a situation where it's your word against them. And if you had reported it since the beginning and how it escalated, you have a way better chance of coming out on top, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, don't take the abuse, for lack of a better words, longer than you have to. I mean, we all have read emails or have interactions where we say, that wasn't right. I mean, as soon as that happens, you need to tell somebody because, to your point, right, if nobody knows, then nobody knows, and then it escalates further.
When I interrupted you during that live stream, a while back, very rudely by accident though. Were you considering filing some kind of track record on me then, therefore, in case I interrupted you another time that you could fall back on? Because I felt really bad
Well,
about
I mean, I think thankfully for me, I didn't have to because you bring it up more than I even think about.
it. I
But
know, because I feel bad about it. All right.
I think it's part of being a middle kid, though. I mean, I don't know who's into birth order out there, but I am, and it makes me a good listener and easily wait my turn.
All right. Well, you're a good sport. So, okay. Are you ready to do some rapid fire wellness commentary?
I think so.
So,
I'm
I'm going
ready.
to read a statement to you and I want to see your initial reaction on it. And you may not have a reaction, which is fine. Okay. Schedule recovery time like meetings.
Yes. I think you should do that if we're thinking about the same things, which is, recovery time for meetings. I think even scheduling more time to prepare for these meetings than you need to. Things happen so fast and you need the time to yourself, really.
Let me play devil's advocate, right? So here we are. Hey everyone, listen to Taylor and I. We're telling you to schedule alone time, right? But like, are we being fair? Is it really the reality of the situation? I think it is in a way. I mean, it depends on how much time. If you're trying to squeeze an hour out of the day, probably not going to happen. But like, if you don't want to answer your phone or email for 5 or 10 minutes, I don't know. I think you could definitely, anybody could get away with that.
I mean, I agree. I've more recently too have said I almost need to schedule time to think lately, but 10 minutes after a meeting to write down your thoughts or even prioritize your tasks to take away from that meeting is, quite frankly, I think time you've earned and deserve, and it's only going to make you more productive.
I love it. That's a great phrase you just came up with. Time that you earned. I'm going to
Yep,
write that down. That's a really good one. Time that I'll probably forget that you made it up because the way I operate, according to my wife, is I'm going to eventually think that I made this up and take credit
that's
for it. So you'll
that's
just have to
fine.
send me a reminder. Okay. I'll try to remember and credit you. Time that you earned. That is a good way to look at that. I don't think a lot of people look at it that way. You earn that break. You deserve it. You should take it.
I mean, exactly. We spend a lot of our time preparing for meetings, running these meetings, or, having all the information to answer all the questions. I mean, it really is a lot of work mentally to get there to be able to do that. So if you don't have the time to collect your thoughts, your next meeting, I can guarantee, will not be as productive.
Okay. So here's another one. I don't know if I could follow my own advice. I admit it. But don't read angry emails first thing or last thing.
That's a hard one because sometimes you don't know where it's going to end up. I think you can't really control if you read it first or last. I hope you don't end your day on that because we can control that. You can't really pick and choose what you're going to read first, but take a break when you read those emails. Don't end on it. And if you read that the last thing you have to do in the day, don't let it rule the rest of your evening. And I agree, Ray. I probably am not the best advocate for this one because it is hard, but move on to something else and then come back to it later.
The logic behind it is protect your mornings and your sleep. So I love this idea. I'm a huge advocate. I'm telling you, I couldn't do it. I see an email that says, "Hey, Ray, you're a jerk." I got to read it. I can't walk away from that. But I think the better advice would be to walk away and go home or don't start your morning off. What do you think? But you couldn't resist it either, could you?
I probably really couldn't. I don't think it's the best way to live. I'm really bad at 10 o'clock. I'm already like settled down for the night and I'll have one last look at my email, and an email will get me very fired up at that time. It's not a good practice. So if you can avoid it, do that.
That's horrible. I don't even do that. I'm not looking at my emails at 10 o'clock at night. And it's not even that they're angry emails. There's just going to be something on there, I feel like. And then I'm going to be dreaming about it. I don't want to be dreaming about HOA stuff when I go to bed at night. I like to
Yeah.
relax and watch TV or watch a movie or something. But okay, if you want to check your emails.
Yeah, it's a very bad habit. I don't encourage anyone to adopt that one. That one, but yeah, it's tough. And when you dream about work, it really makes the next day really long.
All right. Plus, it's just weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Use the 24-hour rule for emotional responses. Urgent rarely means immediate. I agree with this one. Don't know if I could do it, but I agree with it.
Yeah, I mean, it probably rarely means super important. And then again, we have the perception of what other people think is urgent or important, or maybe they don't know everything that goes into fixing whatever it is. So it probably really doesn't mean that super important all the time.
Stand up every 60 minutes. Stress compounds when the body is still. Well, another one I'm not good at. Like I may stand up, but I'm probably just going to go stuff my face with like a donut or something. But I don't know. Do you do this?
I don't really do this. It probably is better for you. I know when I'm in the office, I'll try to like get up and do a lap around the building. Um, it really only takes 2 minutes and just gives your mind a break and gets your legs moving. But I think we all can benefit from that. I also saw something else recently that says if you do like 5 squats every hour, that it can change your day. I have not tried that, but if you don't have someplace to go or don't want to go to the refrigerator, that might be a good alternative.
5 squats in
Yes.
the office?
Yeah, just where you are, I guess.
I don't know. I think I would feel silly about doing that right in front of everyone. Just start doing squats. But I don't know.
It might catch on. You never know.
No, that's true. You could start a trend. I didn't think about
Yeah.
it that way. So far, we're failing, you and I. I think these are all great ideas, and I hope people use at least one of them today. But I think we're failing so far. We haven't done any of these. But let's see. One decision at a time. Multitasking increases mistakes and burnout. I'm guilty of this one.
I can be too. And honestly, when I start making the mistakes is when I say, this is the time to slow down. I mean, honestly, it's so easy to make really quick mistakes. I was sending someone a thank you email the other day and sent it to the wrong person because I was rushing through it. I mean, these are just silly things that doesn't help when you're doing multiple things at once. So when you start making those mistakes, it's time to slow down and really fix your focus.
I believe that this is almost a scientific fact that multitasking does not accomplish much. I think they've done a lot of studies on it, but it's hard to resist.
Well, it is because you think I'll just do this one thing, it's quick and easy, and then now you turn it into a bigger thing to do and it takes you even longer. So I agree. I really try to avoid it.
Are you the kind of person that sends a lot of thank you notes and emails? You seem like really nice and that you'd be that kind of person.
I do try to. This time of year is a great reminder with the holidays to really let people know you appreciate them and their partnership. So I would say it's definitely more frequent right now.
Wow. That's super nice. Now I feel bad. I don't think I've sent one thank you note or card. All right.
It's okay, Ray.
All right. I'll send you a thank you email after this. I probably will forget, but I'll try to remember.
But you're also really great about following up with people, Ray. I will say that after you attend like the webinars or things, I mean, you always follow up, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, I try to. I feel it's like a responsibility and I appreciate people that watch. So sometimes it's a lot of board members though, but I don't mind. I appreciate them. You are not the association. Criticism of decisions is not criticism on you, Taylor. What do you think?
I agree with the sentiment. Don't take it personally. It's really hard, especially when you're new in this field, and I can guarantee if you stick it out, you'll get thicker skin as you go.
Well, that is just sad.
I mean, it is sad in some instances, but I think it also is what makes us more proud when things go well and the board is complimented and um, whatever can happen. As the managers, I tried to remind somebody the other day, we're like the grease in the machine. We're not the machine.
That's another good one. I'm going to write that one down too. Probably going to take credit for it. I got to admit it. I'm probably not going to remember. Grease in the machine. Wow, you're on fire today. Okay. Are these just coming up in your head?
um, I think I'm just coming off of a good break, having a few days off for the holidays. But
Probably.
um, but I mean, these are easy to kind of pick off of things that more happened recently, so it's good timing.
Set office hours for boards and residents. Boundaries reduce resentment on both sides. I think this one's an obvious one. And I don't know. I feel like this may one I kind of follow a little bit sometimes on my own. What about you?
Yeah, you have to follow this one. I would say this is probably the most critical one.
Write it once, reuse it often. Templates reduce mental fatigue. We have done live streams on this. I think you actually added commentary about it once. I agree with this 100%.
Me too. I mean, anyone who's done this long enough knows you're going to get several emails about the same topic over and over again, and that's fine, but don't make it harder than it has to be. Use the templates.
I know what it was, and tell me if I'm wrong. We were talking about how using templates can also not use up precious emotional energy, meaning I don't know if we called it a template. Do you remember our discussion about that?
Yeah, I do. We did. It was about, I don't recall exactly what it was about, but it was about people kind of having things that weren't very nice to say and just not feeding into the drama and making it easier so you can respond and move on with your day and not keep thinking about it. So, yes.
I think it was about basically learning certain reactions to common negative interactions with people so you didn't have to waste your emotional energy on trying to reinvent the wheel with every one of these kind of comments. And I think we decided, and the panel did too, that was with us, that there's nothing wrong with that. And it can save a lot of emotional energy.
Yeah, I mean, even if your template isn't going to be work for every situation, I mean, if you have most of it written out and you're just adjusting maybe the key parts of this specific situation, I mean, that is a lot less you're dealing with already than thinking about how am I going to respond to this in a way that makes somebody feel heard and, you know, professional and everything else they want to be every time.
End the day with a win list. Even small wins retrain the brain away from stress. I don't know if I would do this one, but when I am kind of down on myself, though, I do try to think I must have done something right today. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I probably don't do this one either, but I will say it's easy to think, especially in a job where we always have so much to do, to think about everything that's left on the to-do list. Reward yourself sometimes. Look back on your to-do list, at least what you've crossed off or what you've made progress on. I mean, all of these things wouldn't happen without you.
Move before you manage. A short walk can reset a tense call or meeting. Obviously, this makes a lot of sense. It's another one I think that's a proven scientific fact. But I got to tell you, when I'm really busy, it's pathetic. I don't do it. And there's no reason I can't. I'm not important. I could go for a walk for 10 minutes, but maybe you're super important. Maybe, I don't know. Do you do it?
Um, I've gone through seasons where I've stuck to it really well and others where I haven't. And I will say, I think all around, I'm probably a better person when I am doing it. So there you go.
Wow. Okay. I'm glad one of us so far has done one of these steps. And I believe in all these. I'm just being honest that they're hard to do. You have to train yourself to do them. Do you agree?
100%. I mean, it also doesn't just happen. You have to make the time to do it. For example, in the summer, the sunrise is earlier, so my dog was loving it. I made a point for like 2 months straight, and I took her on a walk every morning, and it was just better for me, the dog, everyone really. And then the sunrise got later, and I kind of fell off the wagon. So I'm trying to get back on.
I can give you a cat alarm that goes off around 4 to 5 a.m. every morning. I can have it sent over to you next time I come down. Would you like my cat alarm? Because it's got another 6 years of life in it, I think. And it goes off every morning. If you can't, there's no snooze. You cannot shut it off. Would you like it? It sounds like it would be perfect for you.
I think I'm okay right now. Thank you,
Okay.
though, Ray. That's very generous.
No, all right. Well, I tried. My wife wouldn't let me get rid of him anyway. So
Well, I have a doodle that will sleep until noon if I let her, so it's kind of funny that both of us are becoming morning people to walk.
I will tell you something about the cat though. He comes in every day at 3 o'clock for petting and he won't take no for an answer. And it's actually a good thing for me. And sometimes 3 o'clock seems I'm very busy and I'm like, oh, this god darn cat. I can't believe, and I got to stop what I'm doing and I got to get on the floor with him and pet him. And then he starts purring. And then I'm like, oh, thank you for my reward of purring. And then I realized like that was actually a nice break. He actually did me a favor, you know?
Yeah, I mean, we got to thank our pets for forcing us to take the breaks.
Well, I feed him. I'm not thanking him. I do enough for him. So he doesn't need a thank you note. Okay. Couple more here. Silence notifications during complex tasks. I don't know. I mean, I kind of do this in a way. I don't know if I silent things, but I do dedicate myself to some particular task so I don't screw it up. How about you?
Yeah, I really do that. Kind of close my Outlook sometimes, even if I'm trying to get something done. Um, I think this kind of goes back to the multitasking. Focus on the one thing, you'll probably get done faster than you expected to.
You said something about if you go for a walk, you're not grouchy or something a
Yes.
couple questions ago. I don't think I've ever seen you. I mean, there's really no reason for us to have a negative interaction, but I don't know. Have I ever seen you grouchy? What are you like when you're grouchy? Are you
Um,
going to call people mean? Are you mean? Do you run people off the road? How out of control are you?
um, I don't think I'm really out of control outwardly. I I'm somebody who internalizes it more, so I probably just get like shorter or on to the next thing. And I don't know, I probably don't get that grouchy, but I do
Yeah,
kind of get internal chaos.
I knew it. I knew it was internal. I know on the outside that you would not be grouchy to people. I just can't see it happening. Say no without apologizing. That's not possible right now, is a complete sentence. I mean, I think a lot of people do this in our industry. I mean, otherwise you would never get anything done. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, you do have to say no. I think this kind of like your boundaries. Um, Apologizing to people. I mean, you don't have to take it or leave it. I don't think it really makes a big impact to me, but saying no is a choice that you can make.
Let me ask you something about apologies because I'm curious. I never apologize if I don't think I'm wrong. Now, I will apologize about a situation or something. And don't get me wrong, I do think I'm wrong a lot and I will apologize. I am not a believer in this industry for board members and managers apologizing for things that are obviously not their fault in any way whatsoever. And I'll even go further. I don't even like when people get up at meetings and say, and like they say, you're the biggest jerk on the planet, or you're stealing money. And then they say, thank you for your comments. Like, why would you thank them? I mean, I would say something like, I wouldn't get mad, but I would be like, okay, we've heard your comments, or, you know, I don't know. What do you think about that? But a lot of people disagree with me.
Um, I think I think apologies just come like natural, like that's a natural reaction for a lot of people, and I think that's more why you see it happening. Um, you know, I hear a lot of "I'm sorry you feel that way. I'm sorry it happened that way." I think people say those things to kind of help maybe smooth a bad situation over. Um, and I
Well,
think
that's
that's
different.
maybe where it ends.
I do feel sorry that people feel that way. But remember, I went to your office and it was so hot outside. It was like 100 degrees. And I asked for water and you had no water in your office. And remember how much your office apologized? All you had was liquor.
Um, I don't know if I remember apologies that day, actually.
I know. I don't think you guys did apologize, as a matter of fact.
I
And
don't think we did.
I was so parched. All I wanted was water and there was none. So, okay. And you
Yeah,
had the liquor left over from something from a long time ago or something. I'm not implying that you guys were drinking liquor during the day. I mean, you could
no,
have been. I'm just assuming you weren't. So,
not that day.
okay. Normalize asking for help. Burnout grows in silence. I don't have a problem asking for help. Do you?
No, and you really shouldn't. I mean, there's going to be so many things that somebody else has seen that you haven't yet. Just ask them for help, and most people are going to be happy to help you.
I think I'm great at this one, Taylor. And I think it's my background as a volunteer EMT, which we've spoken about. Remember, calm is contagious. Managers set the emotional temperature of a community. I know the more crazy things get, that the calmer I get, the more slower I get in my speech, and the more I think about things. And I think that's from the scenarios that I've been put into that I've been able to kind of turn that over in my personal life. What do you think? Do you agree with this? Or I think you're kind of like this too, right? You're calm.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it completely. Staying calm is really just going to help. I also am a person that thinks let's slow it down when the chaos strikes. Slow it down and think about what's going to happen next.
Okay, I'm going to save more for next time. But there was one. Look how much stuff I did research I did for you. I have so many pieces of paper.
Oh my gosh, you're
It's
going to have
been
a
like,
Taylor folder soon.
well, I didn't know what you would want to talk about, so I figured if you didn't react well to those, but your commentary is excellent. So you just flew right through that. There was one other thing though I wanted to do that
I
I
do
just.
have to ask if I've been calm enough this whole time because my husband has been running around my house looking for his keys. And that's driving me crazy.
You were just recording. You could yell where his keys are. I'll tell you one thing. I've kind of been admiring him, right? But now I have my doubts about him now. Honestly, what good is a fireman that can't find his keys? What happens if there's an emergency? He's completely not prepared.
I mean, I think the keys just stay in the fire truck all the time. But
Obviously,
but
they have to,
yeah,
because I mean, he sounds absolutely terrific, but now I have found his first fault.
yeah,
I always know where my keys are.
yeah,
What happens if my son calls, my adult son, who's
yeah. Well,
33, and he says, Dad, I need you. I got to have my keys immediately to
you're
get to
ready
the
to go.
airport. Do you need to yell to him where the keys are? I mean, we're
I,
almost done, but you
I
can.
mean, I don't know where the keys are. They're
Does
not
he
my
want to?
keys.
Does he want to come on? Can we
No,
ask him some questions?
no, he found them and he just left.
Oh, okay.
But it was funny.
All right. We'll have him on another time. All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to give you three things and I want your commentary really quick, or you may not have commentary. Are you ready?
Right.
HOA managers don't age. They just accumulate violations.
I would say we don't age and we don't accumulate violations. We don't want more violations.
Did you ever say this? Yes, the rule applies to everyone, especially you.
I don't think I've said that.
I believe you. Last one. I don't cause drama. I document it.
I don't think I would comment on drama at all, so I don't think I've said that.
Well, those were 3 jokes I pulled off the internet. They were manager jokes.
That is funny. Um, on that one, I was thinking about it, the middle one. I don't think I would say especially you, or I think I would probably say why shouldn't the rule apply to you? I'd probably flip it on them.
No, it was supposed to be funny, but it wasn't. Yes, the rule applies to everyone, especially you. I guess if it's a smelly person, right? If they're extra stinky.
I
Have you
mean,
ever had to smell? Let me ask you another question. Have you ever had to smell someone as part of your job?
no,
Okay. Darn it. I was hoping that you did.
I
That would
don't
be
think
funny.
so.
Okay. All right. Was there anything else you wanted to mention?
I don't think so. I
Do you
hope
know
this
that
came out okay.
I've been doing laundry.
Have you been?
I
Mine's
never did
folded.
laundry ever. You know why? Because I'm addicted to work and I needed things to get me away from the computer. So I'm working from home. And I
Mm.
found that if I do the laundry, it goes off like every 50 minutes. I have to get up and I have to do it. And I also have to twist and turn.
So if I work outside of regular hours, that's one of my tricks I'll use is I'll put a load of laundry in and when it's done, like I'm done working. I'm done doing this, no matter where it is.
That's what I've been doing. It makes me disengage from my computer. It's not bad physically. I know it's not like a workout, but it kind of is. I got to bend over, move stuff around. I got to fold stuff up. I put it away. The cat gets super excited. He loves laundry. He loves it. He loves it. He can't wait. If you pour it on the bed, he jumps on it.
Yeah.
My
Does that
wife
get
doesn't
you
like when he does
frustrated?
that. What's that?
Does that get you frustrated?
I think it's cute as hell. My wife hates it. She says, "What's the point of doing the laundry if you're just going to let the cat frolic in the laundry?" But he loves it so much, Taylor. He has so little in his life that I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't take that away from him.
It
You
is
know?
cute when they do that, but it is frustrating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's all I have.
Thanks, Ray,
All
for
right.
having me.
You're welcome. Bye.
All right, bye.